I mean, hot chocolate for this. It's already halfway done.
Yeah, I got a blue Gatorade. First thing
Blue
that
Gatorade.
yeah, blue Gatorade. Had to be
I don't
blue.
really fuck with Gatorade.
You don't? Who doesn't fuck
Not
with
really.
Gatorade?
My little brother loves Gatorade, and for me I mean, I used to drink a little bit of it, but I'm not really big on Gatorade. Like, I
Man,
would literally never go, I want a fucking Gatorade right now.
damn.
I wouldn't do that.
I always fuck with Gatorade. There's this one time I set up a tent job with my brother, and we were out there for like hours, like setting this shit up, and it was sweaty, and it was like after, and we went to Dunkirk, and we got like some Sammys, and we got a Gatorade. He got me a Gatorade too, and shit, that was the best Gatorade I've ever like had in my entire life. It just tasted like heaven in a fucking bottle.
Why?
Cause like I was so dehydrated, I guess, that like anything I could have drunk anything and it would have tasted good, but it's just so fucking good. Yeah, that's Gatorade.
It's because I fuck with Mountain Dew way harder. That's why.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with Mountain Dew.
Well, also, I've only really had, like, recently, the red Gatorade, and it
That's
doesn't really slap very hard. As somebody who loves fruit punch, it just
yeah.
does not hit.
You
I think
gotta
that's why I don't really like it.
you gotta fuck with the blue ones and the yellow one.
What
There's so
flavor
many
is the
good.
blue one?
It's called Cool Blue. It's literally
Oh, well, what
blue.
does it taste like?
It tastes
Tastes like
like
blue?
it tastes like blue. Yeah, it tastes like the color blue, but like dirty. And then there's other ones. There's a purple one that tastes like I think it's oh, I don't even know the flavors. You know what?
The one I
That was-
really remember is the white one. That's the one
yeah.
I've had the most of.
And
That
hold
one, I
on.
guess, is fine. It's just still not a go-to drink for me.
Yeah, I mm, I don't fuck with the white one. I used to fuck with the clear one. There was a clear one that looked like water.
Ew.
I know it did, but it tasted so
Interesting.
good. All flavors.
The only things I really drink that aren't water, because I primarily only drink water, is Mountain Dew, and fruit punch. But I've been
Fruit
drinking a lot of hot chocolate lately. That's why,
fruit
but
punch
this
is
is
really
just water
nice.
with chocolate in it. So, I mean,
Okay,
so
let me
what's going to be
switch.
our first question?
First
We're going to be
question.
answering questions to get to know us.
Yeah. Well, let's introduce ourselves, I guess. I'm Alex, commonly known as Neptune, and yeah, it's me. I am the red clanker. I don't know why I'm red, but
It's because we wanted to differentiate our look.
yes,
Otherwise, we would look exactly the same.
that is
This
true.
way,
I don't know
it's
why
a little bit easier
I don't know
or
why I didn't choose
designated.
like yellow, because there's other colors and stuff.
Isn't there a green one?
I don't know actually. I
I
could
would have
check.
loved to be green,
I would.
but sadly, the only one I have is the blue one. So,
I think I would have like changed it to green if I had green, honestly, because it's my favorite color. Fun
it's
fact.
mine too.
Yeah, I fucking love green. I was
This
actually, I
way,
was,
we stand out more this way.
yeah, I was gonna show you my fit today because it was entirely green, but I forgot to send you. I forgot to send you a picture.
I wear a lot of green. I have a green like sweatshirt that I wear, and I have
Me
a
too.
green jacket, and I have green shoes. They're what
Oh,
are they called? Vans, but I haven't laced them yet, and they're brand new. I got them like 2 months ago, and they come with the laces not done already.
mm.
And instead of being a normal person and lacing them so I can wear the shoes that were like $70, they're still sitting on the floor in the corner of my room, unlaced. And I'm still wearing the blue ones that are basically brown now because they're so beat up and falling apart that when it rains outside, the water goes into my shoes. I can feel the wet while
On
I'm
your
walking.
toes.
Yes. So instead
That's
of using the
wild.
new ones I just bought, I wear the old ones that aren't even that old. They're like 2 years old, maybe. Maybe three, actually. I guess they are kind of old. I'm just not a
Yeah,
shoe person. I don't really give a
me
fuck.
either. I don't really care either. I do the same thing. Like today, my mom bought me new shoes, and they're like really nice. But today I wore the ones that my mom bought the new ones because these were like fucking destroyed. My New Balances that I wear every single day,
Hmm.
and I wore the New Balances anyway. Like, I was like, fuck it, because it's like I wear them until they're completely dead. Like I do the same thing with clothing. Like I have sweatshirts that I've worn since the sixth grade, because and I sew my stuff back together, like my pants. Like I
You
was sitting.
sew?
Yeah, I do. I know how to sew. I was sitting with my boyfriend, and I looked at my pants, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to, I need to sew these again." Yeah, it's a skill that I learned from my grandma. It's not actually
That's
difficult.
interesting.
It was really not difficult. I mean, I'm not too good at it, but it's the same. It's the same thing as stitches, which is also very useful to know how to do.
True.
And they teach you
True.
that in the class that I am taking. They go over that in a unit. But yeah, yeah. So
Well, since you introduced yourself, I'm Muddy Seal. I'm the blue
yes,
banker.
yes. Are you Italian or like?
Well,
Was,
sometimes I am Russian. Sometimes
oh,
I'm
yo, that was
British.
the Russian accent. I did not tell. I cannot tell.
Well, that was not the Russian accent. This is the
What?
Russian accent.
That is the Russian. Oh, mm. I
It
can
gets confusing.
I can only do the French one. I don't know anymore. I mean, maybe the British too, but I'm not a fucking Brit.
Yeah, it changes from time to time.
Yeah. Mm.
But we're
Tell
gonna
me
be
more.
answering questions. There is no more. I'm boring.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh,
Well, we'll get into more after
there's a
we
yellow
take questions.
clanker,
There is.
but there's a yellow and a plain clanker, but those are kind of boring. There's a
Well, does the yellow even stand out on the tan of the clanker's body, or does it just
it's
like melds
it's
together basically?
it kind of stands out. It's like it at the I'll clip it so you can see this.
Eh, yeah, that one's not
Yeah,
as good.
yeah, I don't like it because it has a thing at the antenna.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
It's just not as prominent. Like the ones
yeah,
we are now, we stand out. It's gonna be way easier to memorize who we are, which one we are.
yeah, I agree. And back to my normal clinker form. All right, questions. Questions. All right,
Questions? Questions?
questions.
Questions? Go ahead.
Questions. Tons of
Go ahead.
questions. So I need to close the tab of the Gatorade. Dude, you know there's a fucking like cucumber Gatorade?
Ew, yeah, I do know that. I think I might have
Uh,
tried it. Somebody had it, and I don't know if I
like
tried it or not.
I accidentally bought it one time because I it looked like the since I was buying the Gatorade like electrolyte one, so it's like a separate thing, and it looked yellow, and I just was like, shit, I want the yellow one. But then I drink it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's terrible. And it was I looked
Maybe
down,
you're
and I
the
was
one
like,
that had it. Somebody
maybe
had it.
maybe it was. I probably like asked you to try it because I was like, this shit is fucking
Or it might have
terrible.
been my little brother actually, because he loves
Like
Gatorade.
it's so bad.
Who even thinks of that? Like, yeah, cucumber. We're doing cucumber.
Yeah,
I do love cucumbers, but what the fuck?
but not like the fucking drink.
Why would
That
you make a Gatorade out of it?
Yeah, yeah, fuck that. Yeah. It's like cucumber lime or something. Like two things that just shouldn't go
Oh,
together.
what the fuck?
It just shouldn't go together, like at all. I think they're separate ones. I don't know. There's so many fucking Gatorades. I don't know. I'm looking at them right now. All right, enough of the Gatorades. I need to go back to the notes. Okay. So
Yes, yes. What we're here to do. What we're here to do.
okay. Let's start off with. Fuck. Let me get back to this. Since we're on the topic, we're on Minecraft. Do you have a favorite Minecraft stream thus far?
Stream?
Yeah, stream one that we or let's stream or
Well,
video, either one.
I'll say stream. This one's kind of spoilers. We're currently on our world that we're
That
currently
is
making a
true.
series out of, but something happens in the Nether, and you know which one I'm talking about, where we get very unfortunate. And this was actually filmed. This stream is from Christmas Eve,
That shit was
and
funny.
apparently we were naughty because Santa absolutely fucked us on that one. It did not go well, and that'll
No,
come
we.
eventually.
Hmm.
I think everybody, if anybody gives a shit, will know what I'm talking about when it happens. So
Yeah.
that's my favorite. What's your favorite?
My favorite, it's gotta be. I'm honestly gonna say it was our adventure to the jungle originally. When we go explore like when we're looking for the camel, that that like
Yeah.
that time it was funny because I remember the one short where it's like I say I'm fucking broke. I'm like complaining. I'm complaining about like my controller. I'm like, but I'm fucking broke. I can't do anything. I just remember that one, and it was funny. Plus, getting
Yeah.
the camel was like a fun thing to do. Yeah, just Roger.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't even seen a camel before in Minecraft, so that was actually my first time seeing one. So it was interesting.
yeah. I was really excited for the fucking camel. I was like, yeah, camel. Yeah, but
So
really, like I like a lot of the things that we've done in this world and this streams. They've all been fun. I mean, except the ones where we're like drained and tired, like we don't want to
yeah,
be
that
there.
happens
And,
sometimes, but we have a lot of
and
good times though. There's a lot of
yeah,
really memorable moments, especially
yeah,
lately. We've done a lot lately. That's more spoilers,
yeah. More spoilers
but
of me dying. Yeah,
many times, many times.
many times.
But lately, we've done a lot of really cool, interesting stuff on this world. Some scuffed moments, something in particular, but that'll I don't know when that'll come out, so that's kind of a while down the road.
Yeah, but lots of stuff happens before that, so
Yeah.
it's a while up there. All right, next question. What are your top music artists?
Do you want to do top as in like my
Like,
Spotify Wrapped, whom I were,
just you
or like who
personally,
just in general,
just in
personally?
general, like you personally, what artist do you like the most, and all that?
Okay. Well, do you want to go first or should I go first?
You go first. You go first.
Okay. It's kind of hard to say for number one and number two,
Hmm.
um, because they're kind of interchangeable a little bit. But Lana Del Rey and Paramore, because Paramore I've been into since I first got into high school, which was like fucking 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a long time, and they've been in my life consistently. I love pretty much literally every single song, actually. And Lana Del Rey, I only got into her maybe 2 years ago, probably less than 2 years ago. And ever since then, I've been listening to her shit consistently. I have an extremely long playlist. Let me even look. I'm gonna look how long my playlist is for Lana Del Rey. It's very long. It's a lot of songs. Let me see.
Uh,
I have a 6 hour actually. It's exactly 6 hours
oh
playlist of
wow.
Lana Del Rey songs that I love. And then number three, uh, this one's hard. I'm just gonna say The Neighborhood because I listened to a lot of his stuff more recently. There's so many artists that I really really love,
Yeah, it's kind of
but
hard to like just place them in like
yeah, it's hard to
ranks.
do that. But they've been on my like Spotify Wrapped the last like 2 years, I think. Especially this year they were, and they have a lot of songs that I really really love, especially lately. So I guess that would be my top three: Lana Del Rey, Paramore. Those are interchangeable, and then three will just say The Neighborhood.
Yeah, it's I love that Lana as well. Very nice, very nice. There's and Paramore. I've been listening to like the one song that came up on my playlist, and I was like, damn, like it's
The
not. I
only
think it's
exception.
yep. It really fucked me over out in that
You
like
know what's funny about that?
I was like, ah.
That's like my second Paramore song that I ever listened to that got me into them.
It really just hit me in the feels since my situation. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah,
I
there's
was
some
like,
undisclosed tea
yeah, but that
that we won't
might
get into, I
that
guess, unless he wants to.
I mean we could because I can
Maybe
go
we
on for
shouldn't.
we probably shouldn't because I can just go on and on.
At
But
least not
yes,
now. Not
Not
for right
now.
now.
Maybe in another episode
In the
with
future.
in the future regarding my personal life.
We could have an entire episode about your romantic ventures. Unless
Yes,
you're alone,
I'm a
so.
whore. I have to make that clear. Yeah, but
This man needs to be locked up.
yeah, I probably do. It's the
He's
truth.
fiending.
I know, I'm going crazy.
But who are your top three artists?
All right, first off, I gotta say my number one right now is Modern Color. That band just really
Hmm.
speaks to me. I recently went to a concert a few weeks ago, and in DC at a bar called the Black Cat. It was great experience. Well, my eardrums were kind of dead until some lady that started speaking Spanish to me started like I was like at first I didn't know she was talking to me, and she started speaking. And she gave me like earplugs, and I was like, oh my gracias señora, oh my god, I was so happy because I was dying. Like my ears were like I'm pretty sure there was blood. I couldn't hear a single
Oh
thing,
my god.
but it was great. It was like man, and the main artist, like the main singer, I didn't realize how sexy he was until
Oh
I
my
saw
god.
him in person. But he's just majestic. That mustache, I aspire to have a mustache like that. And his voice is beautiful. But yeah, that's probably my number one right now. My number two has got to be from the '70s, of course. Can't leave out my my favorite, the America. I know, it's America. It's kind of crazy. It's a really stupid name, but shit, great. They're just lovely. And
They're
let's see
from the
for
70s, you said?
yeah, they're from the 70s. Yeah, yeah. I like the classics. It's really funny. Like I was my brother introduced me to them, and he also introduced me to Modern Color, and it's awesome. Also, another band that was we also saw was Narrowhead, which it like Modern Color is not really like popular. They're not well known yet. Bro, I think I just saw a pillager outside the window.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm I'm not fucking kidding. Wait, I actually wanna. Okay, pause.
Where? Wait, I want to
Pause.
see.
Pause. Am I
I want to see if
tripping?
there actually is. Where at?
They were like behind here. I might be tripping. I swear to God. I saw like a
You
head in my.
probably are.
I saw a head, but Modern Color, just awesome. Would highly recommend. A great experience.
I think you saw either the cow or the llama.
No way. I swear I saw something. It was
Oh, you scared the shit out of me. I thought that you were the pillager.
okay.
I
Maybe
just saw a
it
bitch
was the
running.
cow because I saw like something gray at the corner of
Yeah.
my eye, and I just was traumatized by the pillagers. And yeah, I guess we
I'm thinking it was the cow.
probably the cow. That would have been really
Back
funny.
to our scheduled programming.
Yes, back to that. I guess I'll move on to the third artist. That's a difficult one since I like so many artists. I listen to like a bunch of different stuff. Hey, motherfucker! All right, back in here. I'm actually looking at my playlist right now. All right, so we have number one, Modern Color. Number two, America. Number three, that's a hard one. Probably, honestly, this is also I guess is he well known Strawberry Guy?
Who?
I'm a bit yeah, exactly. All the bands that I know are not like well known at all. Strawberry Guy, he's probably one of my favorites. I like really mellow music, very
Very
calm,
vibey.
and very yeah. Because I
The
can't listen to a
vibes.
lot of things. Which Modern Color, they are considered like some sort of rock and lots of
Hmm.
screaming, but it's like
Like alternative.
yeah, it's not like hard metal. Not like it's like always screaming. There's just like parts where like it's kind of necessary, you know. I don't know,
It's
but
like screamo.
it's, it's good. I'll have to like show a song or something. It was really nice at the concert. They were the openers. They started the concert with my favorite song, and I was like, oh my god, this is my favorite song. Holy shit! And it's great. But yeah, music is awesome. I can't live without it. I wouldn't want to. Suki Waterhouse is also great.
Yes, I agree.
Hits me, hits me in my feels. Oh, how could I forget? How could I forget? For my third, I might as well put Mitski.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
Mitski.
didn't even think about
I
that.
didn't
You
even
didn't
think of
even
Mitski
mention
because I was
Mitski.
looking down my because I'm a big Mitski fan, like pretty big Mitski fan, like hardcore actually. But I totally forgot about her. I was looking through my playlist, and like I have all of her songs. I have an entire playlist just for Mitski, and it's just she's just great, just awesome. Like there's no words. Okay,
No
moving
words.
on, or I'm gonna just talk about music and artists for a while. Let's see. Shall we talk about games now? What are your top five
Games.
games?
Oh God.
Or, or really, just favorite games in general, as many. Make it easier.
Okay. Mine are gonna sound really fucking stupid. Well, not really. Not really.
Hmm.
Probably exactly what you would expect, to be honest. I'm not gonna do them in any order, because it's kind of hard to do that. But let me think. First of all, Minecraft, because duh, I've been playing this game for like probably 10 years at least, for a very long time. I'm gonna say Roblox, because same thing as Minecraft. I've been playing it for so long, and pretty well, somewhat consistently. And it's just fun. I mean, we've had so many really fun times
Yeah,
playing fucking
Mimic.
Roblox of all things. So
Yeah.
there's good stuff on there. Firewatch, which is a story game. It's like 2 hours long, and you basically choose your own dialogue, I guess. Well, no, that is what it is. You choose your own dialogue. And yeah, I guess you can get like maybe one or two different endings. one or two, two or three. One wouldn't be different endings, but still, absolutely love that game. One of my favorites of all time, and I need to replay it. I'm gonna say Overwatch because again, we played
A
that so
lot of
consistently
good
for so
memories.
long.
Yeah,
Even though it ended with, not so great. And I
yeah. It
kind
was
of
a,
expected that because we played it for so long. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of it, but it was fun while it lasted.
it was man. Those are the good
Lastly,
days.
yeah, they were.
It,
It
wa-
used to be really fun,
it was genuinely fun.
genuinely really fun.
Yeah.
Lastly, this might be just kind of random. I'd have to maybe think more. I haven't really played that many games though, so I'm gonna say Resident Evil 8 Village because I really loved that game.
That is a great choice.
Yeah, I would say that's my five.
Tier 5. I am very good choices. Overwatch. I would put Overwatch on my top 5, but it's been replaced with Apex Legends because
Replaced.
I just all those I Overwatch memories. That's mainly like because I would put it up in my top 5 if they didn't do what they did to my baby girl Sombra.
Oh
How
my
did they
god.
why did they do that to her? That's a whole different topic. But yeah, the memories were great. It was so fun. I just remember us playing all the time. It was just our thing,
Yeah.
Overwatch, and it was probably like one of our best eras actually. It
Yeah.
was
I mean,
it,
it used to be really fucking fun.
yeah.
Really fucking fun. I would look forward to playing it. I would
I
look
would
forward to the events, all that shit.
yeah. I would get on like every single day. I had like over 1,000 hours on that game, and I was like level like 600 something. It was just like the best time ever. All right, for my favorite games, I'm going to have to say, well, I'm not gonna put them in order or anything either, because that's too difficult. I'm gonna have to say, Dying Light. Um,
Of course.
that was a really special experience for me, especially. I really enjoyed it, like, mainly because we played it together. It was one of like the first games that we played together, like
Yeah.
through, and
It
it
was
was
fun
really
when it
fun.
started. I just kind of lost maybe interest a little bit towards the end.
Yeah,
But there was like one night when we played until like maybe 5 in the morning. It was fucking late. We played
yeah,
for so long. That night it was a pretty good memory. That when back then it was still fun. I think towards the end of the game I got a little bit tired of it.
yeah. It was repetitive, and there was not as much to do. But I
Yeah.
I continued on. I played through all the DLCs. I was just a really big fan of it, and mainly because it was the memories. I wanted to prolong that like experience. But it was just really fun. I really loved the character Kyle Crane, of course. Kyle Crane, Kyle Crane, voiced by
Uh huh.
Roger Craig Smith, one of the best voice actors, who also voices Chris Redfield in Resident Evil. Also on the list.
Here we
But I'm
goes
not
again.
also on the list of my favorite games. Uh, every single Resident Evil. I'm not gonna pick
All
a
of them.
specific one. All of them, all the above. And there's over 30 games actually. I have played pretty
Jeez.
much all of the games, old and new. Of course, I can't get my hands on some of the originals because I'd have to
Yeah.
buy a completely separate console, and I don't really. I'm kind of tight on my money because I have to save. But yeah, Resident Evil is just such like a special experience. I'm gonna go into. I guess I'll tell the story of how I got into it. I went to Florida one year with my family. We were going to Disney and going to visit like my family up in Florida, since my uncle lives there.
Up
And
in,
down in
down in.
Florida. Bitch, I keep thinking we live somewhere else. Bitch, down in Florida. Goddamn, why do I say up? It's like a habit. Just go up there, up there. But yeah, down in Florida. We he's really into games, and he let me like play on one of his like older consoles, and he introduced me to the first Resident Evil. I pretty much played that the entire time I was there. I was like obsessed after that, and that was probably like the start of when I actually got into video games. And it was just such a special experience that I had to buy every single Resident Evil and play them 1,000 times each, which I'm not even lying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe you.
Reese can tell you, I'm not lying. And the hours I have on each game is kind of crazy, actually. All right, and yeah, I'll leave that for another time because I can go on and on for Resident Evil and everything. That's
We could probably talk about that for an entire episode. I have a lot
like
to say as well.
'cause it's
I have
definitely a
an
special
extensive
series.
history with it as well.
Yeah. Okay, for the next favorite game, I'm gonna say Devil May Cry 5, 4, and 3. 5.3.
Bitch, top three or whatever it was, top five turned into top 100.
Yep. Yep. This will be like the last, but the Devil May Cry series also really lovely, made by Capcom. Um, Same people that made
That is
Resident
funny. It's the
Evil.
same people. Yeah.
I play a lot of games that are made by the same people. And originally, like Resident Evil was supposed to be Devil May Cry in the making, or like I think no, switched around because they like the director. Like that's why Dante was so originally so similar to Leon because they were supposed to be, yeah. I won't go into that though. But just great game, the combat awesome, and just such a special experience. Like just playing it for the first time, it's just I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so unique, and I don't think there's any other games like it that can beat the combat system, and really just the amount of fun and the music and everything. But yeah, those are my top games, and which is like
Very
multiple.
nice.
Oh, I have to add Stardew Valley because Stardew Valley is
Oh,
also
yeah.
like awesome. But
You didn't even
yeah,
say Minecraft. I can't
well,
believe this.
my
Can
well,
you believe that shit?
I'm thinking more of like story game, like
Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of options, especially for you. You play a lot more games than I do.
I play a shit ton of games.
Mine
I've
are
played
more
through.
limited.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Jedi Survivor and like the Jedi Fallen Order series because that was just such a like a wonderful experience playing it. Since I'm like a huge Star Wars fan, which is we both
We
are
both are.
really. Like
Yeah.
that's why we're the Clankers.
If it wasn't clear, if it wasn't clear.
Yeah, it wasn't clear enough. We're the Clankers, and always will be. Yeah, Star Wars is just awesome. But on that topic of Star Wars, which leads us to the
Mm.
next question, is who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Mine's definitely Anakin.
Really?
It just has to be. I mean, we're talking like probably at least one of the best characters of all time.
I agree.
It's just absolutely insane. It's definitely Anakin for me. I have a lot. I mean, we can talk about that way more in depth
Yeah, I
uh, another time. But just for now, definitely Anakin is my number one. I think most people would say that. What's yours?
oh that's it's such a hard question because I have so many favorites as well, and since I've read all the books, uh, and all like the side stories, I have to say either Qui-Gon Jinn or Ahsoka Tano. More
Or who?
probably Ahsoka. She's always been just. I read her novel, and it was just such like it was so great, and she's just such a great character. That was like great, like written so well, and just everything she goes through the Clone Wars, and you see her progress as a character, and of course she's like Anakin's Padawan, and that's just really cool. But yeah,
I love
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka as well. She's definitely my second favorite.
Yeah, I have a lot of
But it's just
favorites.
Anakin, you know.
I
He
love
is Star
Anakin.
Wars. It's hard for him to not be my favorite character.
Yeah,
And him and Ahsoka, actually, I watched a random edit on YouTube years ago, and it was an Anakin and Ahsoka edit from like Clone Wars, obviously.
yeah,
And that one edit got me into Star Wars. Like before then, I liked it somewhat, just in passing sometimes.
yeah,
But I watched that one random fucking edit on YouTube, and ever since then, I absolutely was obsessed with Star Wars. I'm not as into it currently, but I do plan on rewatching the movies probably within the next year. So I'm sure
yeah,
I'll be obsessed with it then as well.
yeah. You should watch like all the shows too. Oh, that leads me to like
Yeah, that's something I would want to do for sure.
yeah, watch it in order. I always watch them in order when I rewatch them, and I go through like all the shows. Like I watched the Clone Wars multiple times. Like I love that shit. Like the animated series, it was actually a few episodes when I was like a bit younger were on. When I would always go to my grandparents' house, they would be on, TV,
Hmm.
and it was
I've seen bits
great.
of it, from when I was a little kid, and then when I first got into Star Wars again, after I was just talking about. I watched a couple arcs on YouTube, just like
Yeah,
random videos. People somehow uploaded entire episodes. I don't know how they did that. So I watched a
yeah.
couple arcs here and there, but definitely not the whole show. Probably not even half of it I've seen, to be honest.
Well,
I've
didn't
seen
you
the
see?
movie as well.
Did you see season 7, the most recent
Yes,
one?
I watched that as well.
That was like, man, I was so excited for season
Yeah,
7 because with all like the Siege of Mandalore and just Ahsoka
that
being
was
a
hype as
really big,
fuck.
yeah, it was so great, and the animation was just like peak, like they did so great.
Hmm.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. It was some good shit.
All right.
So what's gonna be our next question?
Next question. Let's look at the wonderful list that I made. How about we talk about favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll just name two because I feel like there's only two things I have been doing lately, and that's watching movies, which is probably my favorite thing ever. I watch a fuck ton of movies.
Oh, you should tell them how many
Definitely a movie
last year.
person. Yes, so we're filming this at the beginning of 2023. It's the fourth, and last year I watched 230 movies, exactly 230. In that year, some of them were rewatches. It's kind of complicated. Some of them were rewatches that I didn't count on that number because I already watched them once that year. So I guess technically there would be more. But I watched 230 separate movies last year. That was kind of when I got into watching movies. It was the end of 2022 when I first got into it. And then ever since then, last year, I'm also a massive horror fan. When I say movies, I mainly mean horror. It's kind of like my entire thing. So a lot of those, most of those were horror movies. And I was basically trying to get to as much shit as possible that I hadn't seen before. And that
Yeah.
was kind of my goal last year. It still kind of is my goal. And then my second hobby would just be doing YouTube, making videos. Those are the two main things I've been doing for the last couple of months. Just those two things.
Yeah. I wish I had the same like. I don't have a big enough like attention span to watch movies anymore. I get bored so easily
It
now.
gets hard sometimes. Sometimes
It's
it depends how long the movie is, how interesting it
I have to
is.
be really interested in a movie to sit down and watch it because I'll start shit and I'll start shows, but I never finish them and I never go back to them. I'm
Yeah, it
whatever.
happens sometimes. For sure.
Yeah, but I think it's really
And
cool
since
how
I
you like
watched so
movies.
many, I watched so many that I started losing my attention span a little bit. Because
Yeah,
you get burnt out. I got a little bit burnt out towards the end of the year.
that's kind of how it feels with like games. Since that's like me with like games. I just play so many and I get bored. I have to like I don't know. Like I got so bored the other day playing the High on Life game. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, sometimes you just get burnt out. I feel like that happens with everything, with reading slumps. When you watch so
Yeah,
many movies, of course, eventually you're gonna get a little bit frantic, and you're not really gonna feel like sitting down and doing that again and again and again. You already done it
yeah.
so much. Playing a video game, you play it so much that eventually you get a little bit tired because it gets repetitive. Shit like that
Yeah.
happens.
That would be
But what are your hobbies? What is your answer to the question?
my answer would be I am an artist. Um, that is
And
actually
a
what I'm
good
doing
one at
right now.
that.
I draw all the time. That's my thing. That's what I'm
This bitch will draw in the middle of us playing the game. I
That's
can
what I'm
hear his
literally
ass
doing right now.
drawing while we're talking and playing.
Yeah, I multitask. That is also my thing. I do multiple things at once. I don't know why. I just like I have to do things. I have to keep my mind moving. My hands can't stop. I just have to. But yeah, I've been an artist since I was little. It's always been something that I've done, and people commonly mistake that for like talent. And no, you're just talented. But no, I
You definitely
wasn't.
are talented.
I mean, I wasn't like good in the beginning at all. I worked at it every single day. I have like my sketchbooks since I was little, and you should have seen like the Pokemon I was drawing. Like what the fuck? So I'm like,
I think when
I
people
drew.
say that, they mean that you have potential. Not
Yeah,
that what you drew when you were 5 was actually good. Just,
yeah,
oh, they have the idea down. They can definitely get
yeah.
better at it.
Anybody can do it. I think really anyone can. You just have to practice
Yeah.
because it's. I meet artists that are way better than me, and I just look at it as I can be better. I practice every single day, and I can be the best. That's why
Yeah.
I continue to do what I do is because I want to be the best at what I do, and that's why art has always been that thing for me that I have something that I'm good at. Since I've never been really like good at anything else, so it's nice to have that one thing to like yourself that's like yours. That's why art is
Yeah, makes
always
sense.
that's why art has always been like just so like to me. I don't share it with a lot of people. I do draw things for people that like I'm really close to. Like I'll show like for the first time I showed like my boyfriend my art. That was pretty special because I never do that.
Mhm.
Very like, yeah. But yeah, another hobby I have is I'm also a big book fan. I love books.
Mhm.
I have always read since I was little, and it's just great. I don't know how to really explain books. It's just I can't not bring a book with me. It's funny.
That
I
is
went over to
true.
my my friend's house.
This bitch
Uh,
always brings a book to the function.
I know it's just in case because usually I end up talking and not actually getting to it. But sometimes I'll just go isolate myself and just read. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
I'll leave. And so my friend was like, "Don't bring a book. You're not allowed to bring a book. No, no, I need you to like to be engaged and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay, no book." I was so sad. I wanted to bring my book. I always have one with me. Like every day at school, I read it, and or like in class, I'll read it when I'm free. And most of the time, I just draw too. I bring a sketchbook everywhere I go as well, or I have my phone, like digital art. But yeah, those are basically my hobbies: reading, drawing, and of course, video games.
Mhm.
I I do that a lot. More than I read. Since I have been in like a reading slump, I read books slower since I get caught up with other things and I kind of
Mhm.
forget. But yeah,
I've been in a reading slump for years.
yeah. I used to
More
be
like a
able to
year
like
actually.
I I used to be able to like crank out books every single week. But when I
Yeah.
do really like I'm really interested in a book like Star Wars books, I can finish them in like a day or so if I really wanted to.
Mhm.
I mean, the one I read Rogue One in almost one sitting. Cuz but
That's
then I got
crazy.
on it.
I've done that though before. There's a couple books out there that I managed to finish in one sitting. Like
Yeah,
two. I can think of two.
I read really fast too. So it's just how it works. That's
Mhm.
why I just done. One of I love the Star Wars books. That's what I've been obsessed with recently. And of course, Fyodor Dostoevsky. But I'll go into more detail when we talk about that in a separate episode of books,
Mhm.
because I'm sure we'll do that. Yeah,
Oh yeah. I want to
those
talk
are
about
my,
that.
those are my hobbies. And yeah, all
I want to
right.
add that I also collect a lot of shit as well. I'm a
Yeah,
collector.
he is a collector.
I
It's
have a
really
lot of shit.
it's impressive.
Mainly, I collect movies. I collect a lot of figurines, mostly Funko Pops, shit like that. I have a lot of
And
shit
I
here.
your room is really cool. It has like a bunch of shit. You should do like a room tour. That'd be
That is
pretty.
something that would be cool to do eventually, because I
Yeah.
have a lot to show. I
I
have a
have
lot
my
going on
room.
here.
There's a lot going on in my room. It's just I put things on my wall. Like all my ideas are just all over the
Oh
walls.
yeah.
The
Let's not even
sticky
talk
notes.
about the
Oh, the
ghetto
shrine.
wall. Ghetto,
Yeah,
however you say his name. Ghetto,
yeah,
Ghetto.
yeah. I just call him ghetto. It's so much. I
I've
just
heard
don't.
it both ways, so I don't even know how to say it.
I don't even know. I just say ghetto
When you say
because
ghetto, it just sounds like you're calling somebody ghetto.
oh ghetto
Like you're
sugar.
ghetto.
You're ghetto. You're from the ghetto.
That's why I say Gito. It sounds more prominent.
But it's supposed to like match with Gojo. So ghetto Gojo, Gito Gojo. I don't know. I think ghetto and Gojo sounds a bit better. That's just me
I guess.
personally.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I have that, and then I have a Star Wars like wall with all like the films, one through the newest, like little posters, just shit all over my walls,
Hmm.
everywhere. And then I of course have Sam the Pumpkin Demon from my favorite horror movie, Trick or Treat, classic.
I watched that and I liked it, but it wasn't. I didn't love
Well,
it. I
yeah,
liked it.
I just watched it a lot, like when I was a bit younger.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
I get what you
it was
mean. Trust me. I have movies that I love that other people do not. They do
yeah,
not share my opinion, but I grew up with, well, not grew up with it, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Like Friday the 13th, I absolutely adore it. Even the first movie, but mostly the entire series, besides a couple movies. Because there's a couple that are ass. But people really love to shit on it, and I just don't get it because that was kind
yeah.
of my one of my first franchises, and one that's definitely stuck with me, and I still love it to this day. And
They
people
do that
really,
shit with
really shit
anything.
on it. Yeah, and
Like
I
they
just don't
that
get it. But what you grow up with, you kind of stick with. Like
yeah.
you love Sam and Trick or Treat because you grew up watching it,
Yeah, it was
or you've
like what I
watched it so
watched with
many
my dad,
times.
and he still buys me stuff for it because he owns like a haunted attraction and is really into that stuff, and he still buys me like Sam stuff. Like I would get like a hoodie of Sam, like all the posters and all like the pictures I have on my wall are from him. and it's just like so special. Like one year I was literally Sam for Halloween. Like I homemade that costume. I literally made the mask. I made everything, and with my dad. So it's just like a special experience. And people like to shit on anything. Like they do it with the
Yeah.
Resident Evils 5 and 6. Like I cannot. They're just
People
like
will
it's so
always find a
bad.
problem, and I get it. Everybody has different opinions, but sometimes it just feels a little bit unnecessary, a little bit forced.
Yeah,
I can
it's
talk
like
about
they.
that for an hour. I mean, that's something we can talk about
It's like
on
people
a
have to
separate
hate.
time.
People just have to hate on something when they
Hmm.
just have to.
You know, it'd be
It's
a really good
great.
idea. We can talk about things that we love that everybody else hates.
Oh yeah,
That's a good
that's gonna
idea.
get some mixed opinions. Probably
Yeah,
someone say,
but still,
yeah, I agree. We could talk about a lot of shit. Like I can go on. I'm a yapper.
oh, you're a yapper, bitch.
I I do yap.
This bitch is always yapping.
I
I'm
am
falling
always
asleep over here playing Minecraft, barely able to keep myself awake, and this bitch is talking and talking.
yeah. I'll never not have something to talk about except
Well, we always play at night, so that's why I get tired really fast a lot of the time when we play, because we always play at night. 'Cause that's kind of the only time I have to play, to be
yeah, because
honest.
you're working and
Yeah.
we're both somewhat busy. I mean,
And that leads to me being tired when we play most of the time.
yeah.
And when I get tired, I get quiet when I get tired.
Yeah,
Like
so
right
I'll be
now, we're playing
talking.
midday. It's 4 o'clock. That's why I'm actually like awake.
Like I'll be talking and you're just quiet and I'll just keep going and I'll just keep
Yeah.
yapping. I won't shut up. But today I was like since I sent you the screenshot of like what the thing with Trump was, and I'm also
Uh,
sort of interested with that politics and stuff. I kind of have to since it's a class that I'm taking. But I was yapping to one of my friends, and he was walking away, and I was like, "Ah, damn it! I was just trying to yap about
oh my
Trump
god.
screwing himself over." But then yeah, it was something. Because I get the New York Times, like I get like stuff that I've subscribed for current events. You know how they make you do that? They make you do current
Uh,
events on like all that for
I know
class.
what you mean.
Yeah, so I have to like subscribe to these like news places, or they're like, we're gonna charge you, and we're gonna blah 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 blah. You can't. You have to sign in.
Yeah.
So I get those emails, and it's just so funny. But yeah, I'm a yapper. It really depends on the
Certified
person.
yapper.
Certified yapper. I don't even know
And
what
I'm the
rhymes with that.
opposite of a yapper.
You're very quiet. Well, I mean, it really just depends. On who you're
Honestly, it
with.
depends on my mood.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a moody person.
Yeah.
I can change instantly.
Fair enough. I
What is the next question?
the West. All right. Favorite TV shows. I know
I can,
you
I can name a couple.
can go. Yeah, you can name a couple. So I'll leave this
I'll do
one
5.
to you. Right. All right. I'm gonna.
Okay, so number 1 is my one and only Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That will always be my number 1. It consumed my entire life in high school. I've watched it like, I think 7 times all the way through. It's a lot. It's a 7-season show, so.
Damn.
Then, Penny Dreadful. It's a gothic horror TV show. It's about 3 seasons, I think. It has like Dracula, Frankenstein,
I'm pretty sure
different
Eric
takes
told me
on
about
those
that
kind of
one.
things. Yeah, it's a. I absolutely love that show, and I really want to rewatch it. And then let me see. Okay, well, Game of Thrones, of course. I'm a massive Thrones fan. In House of the Dragon, both of them, actually. I'm gonna put on this little mini list here. I absolutely live for Game of Thrones. I have an entire shelf in my room dedicated to Game of Thrones,
It's true.
and we could talk about that for a long time. I could talk about that for a very long time.
Yeah, we
And
should
then my
make an
last one.
episode
Yeah, we
dedicated to that.
should.
So you can talk
My
about
last
Cersei too.
one. Oh my god. That's my mother.
Yeah.
What is
It's-
my last one? I feel like I had something. Oh, I'm just gonna say Jujutsu Kaisen. Because I love Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great list. Honestly, I don't really watch a lot of stuff. Like now, I what I've been watching recently has just been YouTube. I've been just watching like YouTube, like games, like people just doing challenges for Resident Evil. So I'm gonna have to look at like my fucking Netflix and stuff. But I will say, The Walking Dead is one of my top like shows. I watched it season 1 through 11 for my mother, Carol. Love her.
Mhm.
My baby girl. Best character ever. So
Baby
that's
girl?
I've got to say that's on the list there, and I'm gonna add uh, the Star Wars TV show Andor. That's probably one of my favorite Star Wars TV shows out of the ones that they've made thus far. I really loved it because I'm a big fan of the main character and of like this whole story of the rebellion, Rogue One, etc., and how that all leads into A New Hope. I can go on and on about that. 'Cause I love Rogue One. Great
I love
movie.
Rogue One as well.
It was just so great. Um, I really like the show called Psyche. It's an anime, but I rewatch it all the time. And the thing with me is I don't watch new stuff. I rewatch things over and over again. It's like I rewatch The Walking Dead, I rewatch Psyche all the time, and it's just how I roll. Let's see, what else? See, I'm so bad at remembering things. Let's look at Hulu.
Hello.
Yeah, I've watched a bunch of stuff, but like, oh, just kidding. My Hulu account, I canceled it. Oh, oops.
I know you like Hannibal. You like Shameless.
I do like Shameless. I never finished Shameless up. I stopped once Fiona left the show. 'Cause she was like my favorite character other than Ian, and she left, and it just wasn't the same. I also
I gotta
Hannibal.
watch that eventually.
I'm a big fan of Hannibal. I really, I just, that's probably one of the, if you consider it like a horror series, I just really enjoyed watching it. And Will, the main character, was just, I don't know, it's so cool just seeing him change throughout this like the series into such like a drastic change in how he progresses. He's like, I'm not gonna murder anybody. Oh, I'm just gonna kill them all. I'm just gonna murder.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he doesn't become the good guy. Can't blame him though. Great show, great show. I'm thinking the thoughts. Because really, all I can think about is Star Wars. When I think of like watching things and I'm thinking about movies, I just immediately think about Star Wars. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. But yeah, that's probably. I'll just hand it to The Walking Dead as my favorite because I know I'm missing something. There's like a key thing that I'm missing right now. A show that I'm missing. I'll actually add the Clone Wars, the animated series, because that just I love rewatching it. Like I'll sit down, I'll watch it, and I'll just draw. And it, I also really like shows like Gravity Falls, regular show, because I really like to see the art style, and that's why I like animated shows, and I like some animes because it's really just it helps me become a better artist. And watching some like the animations and watching what they do with the characters and the character designs, it's really cool to see. Like that's the same concept as looking at other people's art. It's basically what it is. But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions that you can think of?
I say we do two more.
Two more?
I have two for us. What is your
All right.
favorite foods?
Oh, my favorite. That's a great question. Favorite foods. Does this have to be like a meal or
It can be anything. Just anything food related. Anything you eat. Anything you
anything
eat.
I eat? So I'll just let you know. I'm a cook. I like cooking. Cooking is like, I guess, another one of my hobbies, sorta. It's
Oh,
very
true.
fun.
You didn't even say cooking earlier.
I
when you
yeah, I didn't.
had that
I
question.
com-
I just thought of that.
I completely forgot about it. Yes, I'm a cook. I think I'm pretty good at it. I try. I make some killer fucking pasta though. I'm not even gonna lie. I make some killer pasta. Some chicken fettuccine. That shit is so fucking
Pasta
good.
is bussin'.
It really is.
I haven't had it though, but still, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
bussin'.
No, you'll have to try it. You'll have to try it sometime. Yeah, I'll make it again.
I'm sure we can eventually.
Yeah, we could do like a movie night at my house or something. I don't know. But let's see. What have I cooked that has been fabulous? I make some really good breakfast. I specialize in making breakfast since it's what is often asked. Is to make. I'm often asked to make dinner and to make breakfast and to feed everybody else. So I just make basic things. One time I made some killer steak and rice, like chicken and rice. It's really just all simple things. Steak is really. Oh, I have to say, one of my favorite meals has got to be salmon and rice.
Oh, I fucking love salmon.
Salmon is so good. Cause my
I
grandma,
love fish in general.
yeah,
I like
fish is
fish.
really good. Cause my grandma would always make salmon and rice when I was little, and she still does, so she knows it's my favorite. When I go over there, she always makes it every single time she prepares. She makes sure there's salmon and there's rice and green beans. I love fucking green beans. I'm a whore for green beans. I will hog them all to myself, and fuck you guys, cause you're not getting any of my green beans. They're mine.
Gotta.
My green beans. But no, that's probably one of my favorite meals. Um, Salmon and rice. And I don't really eat a lot.
Salmon.
Salmon and rice.
Salmon.
I don't really eat a lot, so I don't know, I'll just have to say my favorite meals. Like today, I literally just had a Nutella biscuit.
What? A Nutella biscuit.
Yeah, they were at my brother's house. They're like little like biscuits with Nutella in them. It's really like they taste good. Well, anything like tastes good that's chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Isn't
see.
Nutella hazelnut?
Yeah, it's hazelnut. I completely like I cut nuts out of my diet like completely, so it was like, because the boyfriend's allergic, so can't really
At
have
this
that.
point, you should, and then you can poison him.
I should. Yeah, just go in for a quick kiss and just dies, bro. Like,
That's a
oh wait,
death.
from Mortal
Pull a
Kombat.
Cersei, bitch.
Pulitzer. Nah,
That's
that'd
something
be.
she did.
That's true, man. She did a lot of things.
It happens more than once. Kind of
Yeah.
related, though. No spoilers here. Only minor spoilers.
Yeah.
Right now, at least.
But what about you? What is your favorite meal?
Well, first of all, I'll give two answers here. I love rice, and that's
Mm.
extremely basic, but I fucking love rice. I love plain white rice, or like jasmine rice. I will eat bowls of rice. Like I fucking love rice. And
I
it's
like
funny. I've
Mexican
always thought
style
it was
rice.
funny. I don't really like Mexican style rice. I like steamed rice.
Any rice
Moderately
is good
like
to me.
fried rice. But I always thought it was funny because my name is Maurice, and the word rice is in my name. So I said, "Oh, it's funny because I like rice so much, and rice is in my name."
Your
Ha ha
name in
ha!
your name in my phone is Forg Rice. So it's a
The
weird name.
fuck?
It's your name is let's look at your name. It's called Maurice. No longer Soggy Horn Noodle, but and then on
Soggy
the
horn noodle.
yes. And then on your thing it says Forg Rice, since there's multiple names I can give you. Because it means like
Interesting.
frog. Like frog. I don't know.
Yes.
I know.
But I also, hmm.
Yeah.
This will be my second answer. This is like my favorite meal of all time. Is just stuffed shells.
Oh, you like stuffed
My mom
shells?
makes really killer stuffed shells.
Uh,
Fucking amazing.
I fucking love beef stew. That is one thing that like
Beef stew's all right.
that's just me. I make a pretty good beef stew. But like Eric makes a fucking killer beef stew. He makes like really good food, not even gonna lie. I want to be a
He's
good
all
cook
right.
like that. I mean, he cooked like
He's all right.
mid, but I think it's pretty good.
If
Grandma's
we're
a
being
fucking
honest here.
grandma's a fucking good ass cook though. Her chicken and rice
Oh yeah, grandma's amazing.
is
Honestly, when Uncle Eric makes food, not always very hype.
yeah. I'm just mean like when he like just cooks for like when I go over there and he just cooks for us.
Uh,
That's it. I mean, I really just like his beef stew. That's it, and then his hibachi steak that he makes. Everything else is mid. He has two good things. Yeah, mid as fuck. Yeah.
but now we'll move on to our final question.
What is that?
This one's kind of a random one. It's just going to be favorite movies. The last one I have written down.
Favorite movies. I want to do one after that though. I want to do favorite
Okay.
characters.
Oh yes, we can do that.
So I feel like that's one that would be like pretty cool. Favorite movies. Okay. Shit. You have to. I should start like writing down the movies that I watch. I don't watch many movies. That's why. Fuck. Uh,
Well, you know you love Trick or Treat.
I do. Yeah, I really do love Trick or Treat. I watched every single Halloween by myself. But I do love Trick or Treats. What are the other movies that I've watched? But come on. Let's look at my list. Give me a second. Yeah,
Here, while you answer, I'll name off some of mine, so it'll be a lot easier for me.
yeah.
My number one of all time is Hellraiser. Fucking love Hellraiser. I've read the book. It's actually the only book I read last year in 2023. I live for Hellraiser. It's my life. I love Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I'm sure a lot of more people know that one. It's a lesbian movie, French period piece.
Oh,
Absolutely incredible. I love Scream 2. I love Nope from 2022. I love X and Pearl, also from 2022. I love Saw 2. I love Black Christmas. I love Halloween, the original Halloween.
basically a lot of
I
horror
love
movies.
Alien. Yeah,
Oh fuck
Alien,
yeah, Alien.
Aliens, Jaws, Carrie. I'm trying to think of some non-horror ones, just to throw in there. I like No Hard Feelings from this last year.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
God's Own Country. That's another good love movie. Carol, another one as well. Oh, and I'll give it the last one. The Worst Person in the World. Absolutely, probably one of the top like 5 movies I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. And I'll stop there for now. I can go forever. Movies is kind
Yeah,
of my
that
main
is his
thing
thing.
right now.
That is
So
his thing. Movies. I've trying to think of the movies that I have watched. Nothing. I remember after the fact. After I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking so hard, but it's just not there.
what comes to mind? You know, you love Star Wars.
I do love Star
So
Wars, but I can't say I love Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith and Phantom Menace. Uh, shit is the best thing
shit's
ever. It's just so great. Just yes, just literally just yes. Star Wars, just every single Star Wars, except I'm gonna exclude the newer trilogy. I am not personally a humongous fan of them. I like them for what they are, but I don't love them.
You
And
see, I agree with you. I know a lot of people don't like them and they get really mad about it, but I see it the exact same way that you see it. I don't love them, but I enjoy them for what they are. I feel like
yeah,
that's something that I can do very well. Enjoy things for the way that they are, and not necessarily what they could have or should have been.
yeah.
You know, I had fun watching them.
Yeah,
To
I
me, that
really
counts for
I
something.
enjoyed when like The Rise of Skywalker came out. I saw it in movie theaters. It was nice because like I wasn't like born the time when the Star Wars movies were in the theater, so it was nice to see a Star Wars movie in the theater.
Yeah,
But I think they could have done so much more with the newer trilogy, and that it was off to a great start with the first one with Rey,
I agree.
and they just kind of went in a direction that they shouldn't have, in my opinion. That they could have done so much more, and they brought back like Palpatine, which was a big like he's dead. The whole thing was he's dead. Like
Yeah,
that's why in
it's
Return of the
little
Jedi,
stuff.
Return of the Jedi, the whole thing was Vader like took out Palpatine and like created balance in the
Yeah,
Force, and then they just brought
it
him
almost
back.
makes Anakin doing that not matter
Yeah,
more.
his sacrifice was worth nothing. So it was just kind of like, why would you do that? And
Yeah,
it's
there's
been
dumb
like,
decisions. You know.
I mean, it's I like it for what it is, great, and like pretty lightsaber combat, not so great. I like Kylo Ren, big fan of Kylo Ren
I don't.
actually. I mean, he's just a big whiny baby, but it's the closest thing they've gotten to someone that is a solid character, I guess. But I I gotta say, all the Star Wars movies really are special to me, especially like the older ones. Since I watched them with like my grandparents and my family. They're
Mhm.
just great. Like A New Hope will always have like a special place in my heart, and Return of the Jedi. They're just all great. Like when I think of movies, I immediately think of Star Wars,
Yeah.
and it's just I love Star Wars. Star Wars is great. Uh, and Rogue One is also a great one because that leads into A New Hope, and I'm a big fan of Leia. Leia is one of my favorite characters, actually. and it was very sad to see what they did to her character in
Yeah, they did dumb shit in
in the newer
newer
ones, and they
trilogy.
because
It's
it's
all
just
three of the, you know,
it was just like
all three of the original characters.
a lot of the decisions that Disney makes now since it belongs to Disney, uh, very not good decisions.
Questionable.
They're very questionable. They care more about just pushing out like shows and movies for money than the quality of them, which is why I'm not a big fan of the Ahsoka show. And a lot of the shows that they've been making because it's Disney and Disney has a history of, you know, just wanting the money.
Yeah.
But on,
I say this is something we can definitely talk about very much more extensively. Is that the
yeah,
word?
yeah,
This is
I
something we
agree.
can definitely talk about soon in a future episode. Because I know damn well we can probably talk about this for an extremely long amount of time.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get on to other favorite movies that aren't Star Wars. I am a
Alright.
big fan of the Taken series with Neil Nixon, who
Really?
is yes, I actually really love them. I'm a big fan of Qui-Gon, as you can
Oh,
tell.
okay.
Qui-Gon. So
I
at
see.
first,
I see why.
at first, I was like, oh shit, I really like this actor. Like I was like, fuck yeah, and he's a great actor. And then I watched the Taken series since it's like John Wick, and John Wick is really cool. Just he's like a cooler John Wick. Like how can he be cooler than John Wick?
Cooler.
He's cooler than John Wick.
I don't know about that.
He is cooler than John Wick. I no lie. But yeah, Taken 1 through 3, gotta be one of my favorites. I watched it with my brother. Also a very like special experience. And I'll add the Alien movies because
Yes.
I fucking love the Alien movies.
Of course.
I'm
Oh my
also
god, we can talk about that as well for
yeah.
an episode.
Also, some of the choices they made with the Alien was they're questionable,
I would
but
say just with the third movie.
yeah, really just with the third one because the first
But
and
we'll get
second
into
one,
that later.
the first and second one,
Because
oh
I'm
my
mad about
god,
that to this day.
yeah,
To
the
this
first and second
day.
one, great, awesome. I really like the second one. That's probably like my favorite. Is the second one.
It's between 1 and 2 for me.
Yeah,
It's hard to
definitely.
decide, honestly. I like them both for vastly different reasons because they're vastly different movies. Alien and Aliens feel like two very different things. Which makes
Yeah,
sense because I guess they were two different directors.
yeah,
But still, both are amazing. Both are top tier movies for sure.
I agree. They're great. Like I really enjoyed watching them. I binge watched the entire
Yeah.
series
That was something that we
with
shared.
yeah. I binge watched the entire series with my brother, like all of them, and then we watched the Predator, and I also really like the Predator. But there's the newer one with like the Native Americans, Prey, I think.
Mhm.
I actually like that one. The design
I
of the
really like that
Pred,
one.
like the design of the Pred was really cool, and the whole story was really interesting to me. So that's got to be up there in the Pred series, because I like more of like the concept of the Predators than the way they did it in the movies. The first one,
Yeah.
pretty good. All of them were like just pretty good. None of them were like the Alien. They weren't like
The first one's peak.
like
After that, not so much. Enjoyable movies, but not anywhere near as good as, in my opinion, anything in the Alien franchise.
yeah.
Alien blows Predator out of the water. So,
I agree. I still root for the Pred like I still root for the Preds over the Aliens. What was the one?
well, yeah, me too, but
Um,
still.
the Alien versus Predator movie when like the fucking the there's the like what happens where he just gets like bodied the one Predator and like the girl fight together. That movie. I just thought that entire part
The
was
Predator? Where the
no
big one comes in and kills the one Predator?
no not the big one. It was where they're at the temple. That one.
Oh, AVP.
Yeah, that's what Alien vs Predator.
And that one has the guy
Yeah,
in
the
Aliens. He's the guy that was made into the robot. I forgot the robot's name. Was it Bishop?
yeah, it was
Maybe.
Bishop. Yeah, Bishop.
But it was the guy that Bishop was made from or some shit like that.
Yeah, it
Something
was
like that.
it was an entertaining movie. But yeah,
I liked that one. That was actually one of my first ones that I watched.
yeah, I watched
Actually, that
all
was
of
the
them.
first one I watched.
Yeah, so it's after I watched the Alien and the Predator series, I watched the Alien first Predator. So I watched pretty much every single one of them. And I'm probably gonna read the books because they're on my list of books to read. Since I like reading the novelizations of like movies, it adds more depth to it. Because there's just things that you
Yeah.
can't really get into in like a 2-hour movie or whatnot. But yeah, Cornelius is looking at me right now. He's there.
I was like, you shut the fuck up. You've been yapping for over an hour now.
I know. He probably
Let's
like
want to finish it off with one more question.
one more question. Right. Oh, I wanted to. The final question is favorite characters. Who are your favorite characters? Anything, any game, any show. And gonna,
Okay. I can
I'm
give
gonna.
a couple. This is the other one I can kind of rapid fire. Here, one
Yeah,
second. I gotta let my dog out of my room.
I'm gonna pick up Cornelius. He's gonna chill with me. When I mean Cornelius, I'm talking about my pet leopard gecko, who is being.
Yes.
He is something. Boop.
Something else.
I think he's also suicidal.
Okay. Oh my god.
He tries to kill himself.
God.
I mean,
Okay.
I blame him. He's a lizard.
He's a
You like-
lizard. I want to be a lizard. I don't have to go to fucking work. Just lay around all day. Be
Yeah,
like,
all he does is sleep. He's running away from me right now.
eat, sleep, shit, cause
Just look-
crimes.
Yeah, he just chills. He just has fun. Like that's
But
all.
my answer to the question, Daisy Johnson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I talked about earlier is my favorite character of all time. Ever, ever, ever. Daisy Johnson, Quake. My queen. Then we have my next two people who are actually queens. Daenerys Targaryen and Cersei Lannister. I would die for both of them. They're both... I just fucking love them both. I've loved them both for so long at this point. It's been years. Let me see. Amanda Young from the Saw franchise. Saw is my favorite horror franchise. And Amanda Young is easily, probably, my favorite horror character of all time. Followed by Sidney Prescott and Gale Weathers from the Scream franchise. And then I'll just say a couple more. Kirsty Cotton from Hellraiser. Pinhead from Hellraiser. And we'll say Jason Voorhees. And Ellen Ripley. And that'd be my favorites.
Gotta add Ripley. She's so awesome.
Yeah. Ripley's just a badass. I mean, if
She
you're
really
looking for
is.
the definition of final girl,
She's literally
she's
the
that
final
bitch.
girl. Like
She's that
literally,
bitch.
she is. I
There's a
finally
lot of horror
remembered the show
characters.
that I was gonna say.
What show?
The Bear, the cooking show.
Oh,
Bear.
yeah.
I like for some reason watch that over and over again. I don't know why. It's just so good to me for no reason. But
I've heard a
Yeah.
lot about it. And
it's
our
pretty
other
good.
mutual friend wants me to watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe when it's like after next season comes out or something. I'm just not
Yeah.
super interested in that. I have
Yeah,
other
I-
shit I'd rather focus on, I guess.
I think it's really cool because like the cooking part of it, I like cooking, so
Yeah.
I
That
think
makes
it's cool. I just think it's entertaining to watch them like open like and run this business, and it's got a lot of story behind it too. But for my favorite characters, that's pretty hard because I have a lot. Let's start off with Resident Evil. That is also a really hard question because I have so many. I'm gonna have to say
Yeah.
one of my favorite Resident Evil characters. I'm gonna say Sherry Birkin. I'm a big fan of Sherry Birkin in Resident Evil 6. I'm also a big fan of Pierre Nivens in Resident Evil 6. Great characters. They're side characters. Very like little screen time, but the screen time they have is like awesome. Another one, surprisingly, I'm not as huge of a fan of like the bigger characters, like Leon and Chris.
Uh-huh.
I like them, I really like them, but they're not like my favorites. A lot of my favorites are like smaller characters, like Luisada, Carlos, and just like characters you see in one game and you don't see them in any others. But I do like Leon, but not that much. I'm not like one of those crazy TikTok chicks that are like obsessed with Leon Kennedy. Like, Jesus, I just looked on my For You page, and the moment I see it is a Leon Kennedy, like, thirst edit.
Yeah. They go a little crazy with that shit.
Yeah, they go, pretty crazy. But my all-time favorite Resident Evil character has got to be Ethan Winters. I really love Ethan Winters. When I played
I
Resident
do
Evil
as well.
7, he just really like stood out to me as a character because he's just so different than every other character you've been introduced to in the series because they're all military trained. They're all in some organization like BSAA, all that RPD. They're cops. They're all this, but he's literally just an engineer from Texas that is trying to save his wife. He's just a normal guy with silly sense of humor. Like
Silly sense of humor.
he's a silly little guy. That's all. That's all. So yeah, he's probably my favorite Resident Evil character, and that says a lot. I mean, I literally bought his $100 something jacket replica, and just Resident Evil, just great. Yeah, I'll shut up for Resident Evil now, but
Peak.
literal peak. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna have to say another favorite character of mine is Ellie Williams from the Last of Us series. Big fan of her. Awesome character. Great voice actress. Great. Just that game in general. Last of Us 1 and 2. I love like zombie apocalypse games for no reason. I mean, Resident Evil isn't all zombies. People are like, oh, it used to be zombies and stuff. It's all been bioweapons and bioterrorism is the entire focus of the whole series.
That is true. You know, I just realized a lot of your favorite stuff has to do with zombies. Resident Evil, Dying Light, The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
The Last of Us.
I love that shit. Like
This
the
bitch
Dying Light.
really likes zombies.
I do, I really do. And that leads me to Kyle Crane.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fucking love Kyle Crane. I love Kyle Crane. That's just I have to say. R.I.P. to the baby girl, the ultimate baby girl.
The baby girl?
He literal
Girl?
ultimate baby girl. And yeah, and I'll go. I guess I'll add a Star Wars character in there. I'm gonna say Qui-Gon again. Qui-Gon, Quinlan Voss, Cal Kestis, of course Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love me some Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan has always been special to me. Ian McGregor is such a great actor. He just portrays Obi-Wan so perfect. Love that. And now to Final Fantasy. See, mine are mainly like just game characters. I could
Yeah.
go into like a book character, like Victor.
From Vicious?
Victor from Vicious. Yeah, I really liked his character for literally no reason. I just really like. I really enjoyed that series.
That's actually
Uh,
one of the books that I mentioned earlier that I read in one day, in one sitting.
it was. I
Was
also.
Vicious.
I read it in one sitting too. I didn't expect for the second one. I didn't really expect him to die. I was like, huh, what? But yeah, he came back. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been I mean, so long I don't even really remember it, to be honest with you. Something I would have
Yeah.
to reread. Something I would consider rereading eventually.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to add, of course, Sombra into my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I just have to. There's that pop that's sitting there. That's just like that's my like that's her shrine right there. She just stares at me. I just a great character. She was really fun to play, and I was obsessed that I bought every single item in the game with real money. And yeah, it says a lot because she's Sombra and she's baby girl. Shame.
The girl?
And then for the final and most important, Virgil from Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5. Peak character. Literally my password to every single account I have.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go blowing up your password, bitch.
Oh, I'm lying, but
I'm lying. I'll
no,
cut that
he
out.
no, it's fine because it's not actually my password. But literally everything. My username's Virgil. Literally Virgil Sparta. Virgil162. Virgil. And Trivia Crack. My username, if you want to go against me, is Virgil Sparta162. I'll beat you in trivia. I promise.
It's YouTube as well.
Yeah, I just love Virgil. He's also my background for my phone. Because he's just the most important person to me in my entire life is Virgil, and he would definitely treat me better.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I can hear myself talking.
Yeah, it's probably because my
Hello?
controller's about. Hello? Probably because my controller's about to die. And it's all whack. But yeah.
Is that going to conclude it for episode 1?
That is probably going to conclude it.
We've actually been talking for quite a fucking while.
Yeah, it's so easy to just like
An
yap
hour
about.
and almost 20 minutes, bitch. Holy shit.
Holy
And I have to piss really fucking bad.
bitch. I should make the tea room soon. Let's see.
Yes. We're gonna have a new set for the next time we play.
Yeah.
or next time we do this.
Yeah, and then
And
when
yeah,
we do play next, we have definitely a list of things we need to do. Mostly just preparation, since I do want to try and beat the Ender Dragon soon.
yes,
To get some form of, like, satisfaction.
yeah. I'll have both of our channels linked below. If you're
Oh, yeah,
interested in watching us play Minecraft on this world,
I'll probably
we're
post
currently
things later. I never post things.
maybe we'll
Maybe
see.
it's a possibility. I just stream things and save them and say I'm gonna edit them, but I never do. But also
Liar.
since my laptop is literal shit, so I kind of like have to wait until I can afford my PC fully. Because
Yes, but if you want to watch our Minecraft series, I'll have my channel, the main channel, linked below, and I'll also have Neptune's linked below.
yes, I'm literally
And
Neptune.
do you want to sign off? How do you want to sign off?
How do you? Okay. You know what? Let's go
Say
introduce you to my cats.
what?
You want to see my army? Okay. I
Is that
shall.
a sign off?
Yeah. No,
Cats?
cats. I don't know. How do you want to sign this off? How do you want to
Here,
end
just
this?
stand right here and then jump off. Say bye, and then jump off and die.
Wee.